So yesterday we have discussed about gastrulation, that is the formation of 3 germ layers, in which I have told you that gastrulation is the formation of 3 germ layers, ectoderm, mesoderm and endoderm, and how this development takes place. So let's see the fate of germ layers. Fate means the part from which means the which layer will form which future part of the fetus. Like you know, जैसे मैंने आपको बताया था कि ये तीनों लेयर्स जो होती हैं इनकी इनवेजिनेशंस होती हैं और इससे डिफरेंट बॉडी पार्ट्स जो हैं वो डिसाइड होते हैं. सो देयर आर सो मैनी गिवन इन योर बुक. हियर आई एम जस्ट गिविंग यू 2-3 एग्जांपल्स, और इफ़ यू वांट टू discuss in detail, if you want to learn in detail, then you can look at into your book. So ectoderm, always nervous system originates from ectoderm. Nervous tissue originates from ectoderm. Epidermis, cornea, external ear, pituitary gland, mammary gland, all these originate from ectoderm. Mesoderm, connective tissue, heart, blood vessels, notochord, reproductive system, they all originate from mesoderm. Endoderm, mostly epithelium will form from endoderm. Epithelium of mouth parts, larynx, prostate gland, thyroid gland, lungs, trachea, all the parts of respiratory tract. So all these are the epithelium of all these structure are obtained from endoderm. So this is the fate of germ layers. And if we'll talk about the board exams, there is no chance of any question from this topic, but if you are preparing for the competitive exams, then it is very important topic. You have to learn each and every part of the body, means which is obtaining from which part. So let's take up the next topic. So let's see the next part, that is fetal membranes. As we know, after development of the germ layers and when the fate is decided, further development how it takes place. Now till this structure the embryo was there. Now after formation of the fetal membranes, the embryo will be converted into fetus. Let's see here. So this is the structure we have already discussed, but if you will see the central part which is formed by invagination of the ectoderm, endoderm and mesoderm. So due to this invagination, the first structure which are formed is the digestive tract. So it is in the center, a sac-like structure which is formed, which is called primitive digestive tract, and other organs will be formed later. Due to the invagination of the membranes which are forming the amnion and chorion, which we have already discussed, 2 more membranes will be formed in the fetus. One is allantois and one is yolk sac. So these 4 fetal membranes are chorion, amnion, allantois and yolk sac. Chorion we have already discussed. The function of chorion is to surround the embryo to protect it. So this is the chorion, और इसने embryo को protect किया हुआ है इसके बाहर एक covering बना के. Amnion, you already know that the inner covering is the amnion, and it plays a very important function because it encloses the cavity called amniotic cavity, which contains the fluid called amniotic fluid, and this fluid will help to protect the growing embryo or developing fetus from any kind of injury or shock. The next 2 is allantois and yolk sac. So this one is allantois and this one is yolk sac, which is formed by invaginations. Allantois will help to furnish the blood vessels in the placenta. So here I have shown you this structure called placenta. As the further development takes place, the placenta formation will start. So this placenta is actually a tissue, a common tissue between the fetus and the mother. We will discuss the structure of placenta and its function in detail later. But its function of allantois is to furnish the blood vessels in placenta. क्योंकि placenta एक टिश्यू है जो कि मदर और फीटस में कनेक्शन बना के रखेगा थ्रू आउट द प्रेगनेंसी, लेकिन इसके अंदर ब्लड वेसल्स होना ज़रूरी है जिसकी वजह से वो कोई भी मटेरियल एक्सचेंज कर सकते हैं. तो ये ब्लड वेसल्स कौन फॉर्म कर रहा है? allantois. नेक्स्ट इज द यॉक सैक. यॉक सैक जो है उसका स्टार्टिंग में फंक्शन होता है टू फर्निश फॉर द ब्लड सेल्स फॉर्मेशन. तो जो एम्ब्रियो के अंदर ब्लड सेल फॉर्मेशन होती है वो यॉक सैक की वजह से होती है. उसके बाद यॉक सैक का कोई फंक्शन नहीं है, ह्यूमन में ये कम्प्लीटली नॉन फंक्शनल है. सो दीज आर द 4 fetal membranes and these are the functions of this membrane, and next we will take up with the placenta. What is placenta and what is its function? So let's see an important part which is called placenta. as we have discussed about the fetal development, the layers which will cover the fetus, and now we will see the what is the connection between mother and the fetus, which will help the fetus to get nourishment or nutrition from the mother. As at the later stage of the pregnancy, the nutrition required by the fetus will be more as compared to the earlier stages, and also the proper functioning of the fetus will be started, and it will also secrete waste products which will be also have to be removed from the fetus, and so all this will be done by a structure which is called placenta. Placenta is actually a tissue, or you can say an intimate connection between fetus and uterine wall of the mother for exchange of gases. Means it is a kind of tissue which has two parts, maternal part and fetal part. Maternal part is the tissue which is present in the uterus of the mother, and fetal part is provided by the chorion of the fetus. Okay, do you know the chorion? That is why the placental development, the placenta of human is called chorionic placenta. Okay, so this placenta plays very much important role. First, let me show you the human fetus within the uterus showing the placenta. So here you can see the tissue of placenta is present in such a way so that it can form so many branch like structures, and these branch like structures are actually originated from the chorion of the fetus, and these are called chorionic villi. And why there are so many infoldings? Because to increase the surface area so that maximum connection will be there between mother and the fetus for maximum exchange of materials. So is it clear? जो fetus का portion है that is provided by the chorion, and the mother's uterus will provide the endometrium of the mother will provide the will form the part of the placenta. तो जो chorion है, it will be present in the form of a branch structure which is called chorionic villi to increase the surface area to have maximum connection between fetus and mother. Okay, so this is the arrangement of the fetus in the mother's womb. So here we can see the different layers. This is the uterus, the endometrium, and the outer layer is the amnion, which we have already discussed, and inner to amnion, this one is the amnion. Sorry. This one is the amnion, and just inner to amnion is the cavity. This is amnion, and inside the amnion is the cavity enclosed, which is filled with the fluid which is called amniotic fluid. And just outer to the amnion is the layer which is called chorion, which will form the chorionic villi, which will form the part of the placenta. And this is the fetus inside. And what else? And this connection, here you can see the connection between the this is the structure where the fetus will be attached to the uterus. Okay, so this is all about the internal the arrangement of fetus in the mother's womb to show the placenta. Now let's see the functions of placenta. First function is to provide nutrition, very important function. As we know, it is a connection between mother and fetus. So whatever food which is taken up by the mother, the nutrients which is released in the mother's body will be provided to the fetus through placenta. Okay. Next is excretion. As I told you, as the fetus will start taking up nutrition, it will start respiration, it will start releasing waste material, and the waste which is secreted by the fetus will be taken over into the mother's body for further releasing outside the body by the प्लेसेंटा. ठीक है, तो जो भी न्यूट्रिएंट्स मदर ले रही है वो फीटस में जाएंगे प्लेसेंटा के थ्रू, जो भी वेस्ट फीटस प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है वो मदर के थ्रू प्लेसेंटा के थ्रू मदर में जाएंगे फॉर रिमूविंग देम आउट ऑफ द बॉडी. नेक्स्ट इज एक्सचेंज ऑफ गैसेज, यू नो, oxygen and carbon dioxide. There is no other source of oxygen to the for the fetus, so fetus is taking up the oxygen from the mother's blood through placenta, because placental tissue will have the blood supply also sharing between both fetus and mother. So from the blood they will take up oxygen and release carbon dioxide back to the mother's body through placenta. Next is release of hormones, very important. What kind of hormones are released by placenta? Because whatever structures which were present before the development of placenta, now they will be gone off, and now the placenta will take over their functions. Now let's see what hormones are released here. Estrogen and progesterone, which were earlier secreted by corpus luteum, they will be taken over by placenta. तो ये जो दोनों hormones corpus luteum secrete कर रहा था, अब वो secrete नहीं करेगा, वो खत्म हो चुका है. It will be done by placenta. Next is HCG hormone. HCG hormone कौन produce कर रहा था? Trophoblast layer. तो ट्रोफोब्लास्ट लेयर भी अब नहीं है, तो इट विल बी टेकन ओवर बाय प्लेसेंटा, दैट इज ह्यूमन कोरियोनिक गोनाडोट्रोफिन हार्मोन विच विल मेंटेन द सिक्रेशन ऑफ प्रोजेस्टेरॉन. क्योंकि HCG रहेगा तभी प्रोजेस्टेरॉन रिलीज होगा, प्रोजेस्टेरॉन होगा तभी एंडोमेट्रियम मेंटेन रहेगी और तभी जो है फीटस को नरिशमेंट मिलता रहेगा. नेक्स्ट इज HPL. नाउ दिस हार्मोन इज कॉल्ड HCS. अब इस हार्मोन को HCS बोलते हैं, पहले इसको HPL बोलते थे. आपकी NCERT बुक में HPL है, बट नाउ इट्स न्यू नेम इज HCS. दैट इज ह्यूमन कोरियोनिक सोमैटोमेमोट्रॉफिक हार्मोन. ह्यूमन कोरियोनिक सोमैटोमेमोट्रॉफिन हार्मोन. Previously it was called human placental lactogen. Why the name lactogen or memotrophin is included? Because it will help in the development of mammary gland during pregnancy. तो प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम पे मेमरी ग्लैंड्स की भी डेवलपमेंट होती है, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ दिस HCS और HPL हार्मोन, बोथ आर करेक्ट. नेक्स्ट इज रिलैक्सिन हार्मोन. रिलैक्सिन हार्मोन इट विल बी रिक्वायर्ड एट द टाइम ऑफ पैचुरेशन, विच इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड birth of the baby, act of birth and or delivery. At this time the relaxin hormone will be required to relax the muscles of the pubic area from where the birth will takes place. When we will study lactation and parturition, then you will be able to understand the function of relaxin there. So this is all about the placenta, its function and the structure.